Kalief Browder would have been 32 years old today. And I want to honor his life while also sharing examples of environmental racism in his story to help reimagine Black regenerative futures. We often define environmental racism as, toxic landfills, polluted water, and industrial facilities built in Black and brown communities. But Kalief's story demonstrated an expanded definition. And for those that don't know, Kalief was a 16-year-old from the Bronx who was jailed and tortured at Rikers Island for 3 years for allegedly stealing a backpack. He was never convicted. And trigger warning, after his release, he suffered immense trauma and eventually took his life in 2015 at the age of 22. Watching his documentary in 2017, I saw how the prison industrial complex is itself a man-made environment, an intentional colonial plantation ecosystem that criminalizes Black bodies. This is environmental racism. But what really tore me was the missed opportunity for healing. After his release, a very broken Kalief was connected to a white-led outdoor program meant for formerly incarcerated men. And in speaking with the director, he said, and I quote, "I would love to learn how to climb rocks. I would love to learn everything involved in nature. I never did anything like that. Fish, swim, make a tent. I might come back with a whole other personality, a whole other me, a whole other outlook on life." But they told him that he'd have to wait, 6 to 8 months to go on the trip. I don't know if that was the selection process or just when the next trip goes out, but he didn't have that. This kid was in solitary confinement for 2 years for something he didn't do. And I don't think that the urgency wasn't met with care by the org or his lawyer. And it's not a shot at, dude from the org or the lawyer. They both had great intentions, but this is environmental racism, the fundamental and systemic failure to see Black people as worthy of urgent healing, of soft places to land in this system that they created. There's a critical cultural disconnect where folks are conditioned to not see nature as immediate medicine for Black survival. And I believe that that would have saved him. And oftentimes, we need accessible bridges to decolonize our thinking around nature-based healing modalities. Absolutely. And what's beautiful is that in this doc, his mom showed us this ivy that was growing solely over his window where he took his life. And I believe that Kalief as an ancestor was sending a message to, of course, we need to design spaces and systems that don't harm us, but also reconnect with nature to help our spirits regenerate. I believe that was the message Kalief was telling us as part of our liberation movement. So yeah, rest in power, Kalief, and happy birthday, baby.